Maybe we could have done, Kev, a live watch along with the second Harris Trump debate, but I read today that's not going to happen because Trump refused to do it because he
He,
cares
he,
about
he
this country, and he said she should be doing her job and not bothering with this debate
plus he
stuff.
he crushed her.
Yeah. Jesus, wouldn't you if I ate the mat in the first round against Tyson, I would not sign up for a rematch. If it was so far out of my reach, I would not do that. You watched the debate with friends, Kevin? You said
Yeah, I
some.
watched. It was Tamara and I watched it with. We went to dinner with a couple.
Mhm.
It's really one. I mean, there's only two couples we do stuff with down here, and they're like they're empty nesters. So
And
and
so
it's same age bracket pretty much.
uh-huh.
I mean, Tamara's the youngest, and then Lewis is younger than I am, and I think Peggy's. Me and Peggy are like I think the same age.
So you watched the entire thing and you watched it with
Yeah.
people. Did everybody leave with the same impression as you, or did anyone have a diver? I don't know how you could, but have a divergent
No, and
opinion.
then immediately, so I watched it on ABC,
Me too.
uh, and then when it was over with, I went directly to uh, Democratic headquarters on MSNBC
MSNBC. Yeah.
and got like 4 minutes and realized that there wasn't even anybody on the panel that was going to give a counterpoint. And I went directly from there to Fox News, and Brett Hume, of all people, they were kind of going back and forth. And Laura Ingle, of course, she's never going to succeed, concede that he shit the bed. And Brett Hume said, "Hey, he wasn't prepared. He lost. Like he just he lost. He lost the debate. He did not outperform her, and that's so huge. That's so huge for me because it's just like okay, I still because I used to watch Brett Hume. Before there was all this divisiveness. I saw an Instagram. Do you remember Candace Michelle?
Yeah.
So I follow her on Instagram, and she put up. I want to think it was. It might have been. It might have been 9/11 that she put it up. But she said, "I wish the world, or maybe it was America. I wish America was like it was on 9/12."
Mm,
Do you remember that?
yeah.
When we were
That's
all
really it's an
Americans.
interesting observation.
It was one of those things, man, where it's just like I just sat. I actually screenshot it because I knew it would fade, and I wanted to just screenshot it, go to my gallery. I edited it and
You
just
did?
said, yeah, I edited it,
Okay.
like cut it all out,
Okay.
and I just sat there and I just probably for a minute just looked at it, and and then just kind of just remembered that day. I remember contacting the local army recruiter and giving him like my information, my DD form 214, like all my shit. Like, is there something I can do? Like, is there anything with my MOS, with my clearance? Like, is there anything? Because I mean, I was livid. I was so fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And, it was, and I remember getting on planes and like everybody was just so afraid, just absolutely terrified. And then they'd see me get on first class and they'd see me sit like on in like 1C, which was the seat before the fucking cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
and they were just like, and like, so, and I'd always board first, and everybody that would come by and walk back would like pat me on my shoulder. Like it's almost like,
We're
well,
safe.
at least we got the bull mastiff fucking up in front of the fucking door. So, but that was one of those times. I remember one time, some Indians got on, and they had the headdresses and stuff, and the people were. I looked at the guy and I said, they're from India.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah, it's
Like,
not.
like Jesus, man. Like, uh,
But you're right. I mean, we were instantly galvanized. And today, unfortunately, if we lived through an event like that, as horrific as it would be, the finger pointing would begin almost immediately as to who was responsible, or who didn't handle it, or who in our government. Fighting would ensue and continue.
yeah.
Whereas whether you voted for Bush 2 or not, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about Washington at all. It was about us. And I think those days are gone for a while.
And I
It,
also, I really wonder if, like, this Logan Paul thing, if it's not, if it if I was a Trumper, would I have gotten the same response?
Interesting point.
Because there's so few of the boys that are Democrats. I mean,
Maybe
Terry,
that's why you're bitter.
the whole yeah, the whole how that came up was the fact that Hulk was on his show,
Yes.
and then so and Hulk was at the rally. So no, I'm sorry, not the rally, the convention.
The convention. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I would hope not. I would, because I don't. And it was so funny because we're coming down here today uh, to do the show, and I was sitting, and Tamara made me like just a snack to hold me over because I was starving, and we were sitting at the kitchen table, and we had like the small TV on, and Wallace was on MSNBC, and she was like alluding to some nut jobs uh, on her show. This is not me saying this. This is, and she named three people, and the third person was Logan Paul, and I was just like, I'm like, I've never seen. I mean, I remember that like him and his brother met Trump, and they like and like Trump feinted a punch at him and stuff like that, and I, like I didn't see any like that was just like if that's who your guy is, that's your guy,
Hmm.
you know, it's just not mine, you know,
Yeah.
and that doesn't change my opinion of either of the Paul brothers.
Hmm.
Doesn't change my opinion of Terry or of Hulk. Um, I don't get it, you know. I don't get it, uh, but it's not for me to get. It's I have to worry about making sure that I'm registered and my shit's tight. And I look at my life, and I look at all the people that would that were staunch Republicans to the point of like you couldn't be more Republican, and that would be the Cheneys. Like when they said the other day, they said, "You're not going to believe who uh, Kamala Harris got the biggest endorsement," and I said out loud in the living room, "Yeah, Dick Cheney." They went, "Taylor Swift." I went, "Well, numbers, yeah, but as far as just optics. I mean, the optics of Dick Cheney,
Yeah.
Mr. Halliburton, Mr. Mr. 20 years in the fucking Middle East.
Warmonger. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, fuck, man. It's like, that's unbelievable.
Because, and I've contended all along, Trump is not a Republican.
No.
Anyone who bleeds the GOP red knows that they had to hitch their wagon to him to get policy because he was the one who'd captivated the American zeitgeist, and now in a kind of a train wreck aspect, but he was their shot because of the numbers.
Yeah, but you pointed out before the show that Green.
I couldn't believe today MTG bristled at the tweet by her name is escaping me. The really off the wall woman that's traveling with the Trump campaign, advising him on his rally speeches, who came out and said the one thing that the White House will have if Kamala Harris gets in it is the smell of curry. And MTG, of all people, Laura Loomer, that's it. She quickly tweeted and said that is racist. That is not what we stand for.
Can you leave that up there for a second?
If you can find the actual tweet from, if you click into that. So
yeah, but it's just nice to see the. I mean, that's CNN. You got the Hill, Green Loomer get back and forth over racist Harris. I mean, this is. So what's changing around here?
This is the wounded animal in the woods that they're stepping away from and going. The buzzards are not going to pick at me.
Yeah, like I've got I can't be too. She's already. I mean, she's been at bay lately.
Like have not heard much, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lindsey Graham also came out against this today. So everyone clearly seeing they'd like to have a political career beyond November.
Well, yeah, and it's one of those things, man. It's just
RFK Jr. didn't get that memo though, Kev. Or Tulsi Gabbard.
Didn't Kennedy say he bombed on the debate?
I didn't see a quote from him.
I was almost positive they said that he came out with like he didn't do well, and they took it as Kennedy was trying to get Trump to get on his game. Yeah, Kamala Harris clearly won the debate in terms of her delivery.
Okay.
So that and this is the guy that walked on stage and shook your hand. So, I don't think that like.
Well, he also threw in and said the ABC moderators are clearly biased right there.
Well, if you're fact checking and it's 34 lies to 3.
I know. I did see a graphic on Fox. They're like, he was fact checked 5 times. She wasn't. She didn't say that Minnesota allows you to kill a baby after it's born.
And didn't radiate it like 8 times. It's just
and the dogs. Kevin, is Cooper safe? I don't know. I don't think
I don't know. I saw it on TV.
Might be. That's right.
Because everybody, TV. I said, the only thing he could have said worse than that was, whoa, wait a minute, man. I saw it on Facebook.
I read it on the internet.
So.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to it, it is still going to be down to the wire.
This is going to be within a few percentage points.
Yeah, it's like
5%.
And at this point, man, for anybody that's pulling their hair out or any of this other bullshit, it's like it is what it is. It's gonna be a huge barometer of where we are as a country. And if you want the Hungarian dictator to if you want his endorsement, I
That
mean,
that's the reference on the fucking resume he turned in at that debate.
yeah, like
Him and the 3 news sources he quoted: Hannity, Tucker Carlson, and somebody else I forget.
yeah.
Yeah, those were the references on the resume. It's good. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna. I mean, they're gonna be sweating in November.
Oh,
For
that
sure.
I'll tell you one thing, man. That Steve Karnacki at the board that night's going to be fucking all eyes on him for me.
That's Dana Bash's ex, right? The guy that
Yeah,
works the gimmick there.
with the fucking chinos.